Welcome to Just Vibey Vibes. Welcome. Let's talk about last night episode. It was the Paramount Plus episode, the bonus episode. There were 3 new arrivals: Ellie, Elena, and Bailey. And Will, and they picked Will, Jeremy, and Korey to have the, I don't know what main course with, or was it starter? I don't know. I think main course, yeah. And then they picked Korey, Jeremy, and Charlie to have desserts with. Okay, so Will had first course with Elena. Elena asked him if he, if he's open, and he said no. Him and Flo had a lot of connection, and now he's no longer open. After the guy has been in the bottom, he has learned that America is not joking with you, because now he's learned his lesson. But all those Flo, see, let me tell you, Will was into Flo more than, like, there's no way he's going to put it. He was into Flo more than he's into Kira. The kind of affection he shows Flo, the kind of way he looked at Flo. Will is kind of like all these people that are like kind of, they're just romantic by nature. When they talk to you, it just seems so lovely and all that. But you can see in that his loveliness and romantic by nature-ness, you can see that it is totally different with Flo than it is with Kira. When Kira is going to see that in real life, if Kira goes, like, I don't see them surviving outside just because of that. I don't see that. I don't see them surviving out. But if both of them were in the same villa, then he now later chose Kira, then maybe we could have been able to gauge, but to be honest now. And then Jeremy had Bailey first. Bailey had this thing with Jeremy first. I think Jeremy is into Bailey, just as Korey is also into Bailey. So Bailey is the one that's the hot cake. And then Ellie, Korey, when she said that she's from India, he thought she was Native American because he's also Native American. He was asking her what tribe, and she's like, no, I'm India. So he did not know that. I don't know his brain. It's not that he doesn't know, but his mind did not just go there. And then he's also telling this guy his plan to travel. Obviously, he really wants to travel to Egypt, but at this point, I'm feeling like I've heard this Egypt story too much, please. And I have said it that everybody has been saying that. And Charlie, by the way, if I forget, Charlie is actually quite interested. Charlie had this thing with Ellie. Charlie is quite interested. He told her that he's open. He would never shut the door. That was his word. I would never shut the door. I'm like, you would never. I know that. Yeah, I feel like he should try other connections and see. Then if he's more into Cache, then he should be more into Cache. I feel like he should try other connections. Cache have tried Zinco connection and other connections anyway before he came in, so he should have a fair chance. But him saying that I would never close the door, like you would never, ever close the door. Like, I don't understand that. Like, that part for me is like, and the girl, she's a neurosurgeon, neurobiologist, so he was like, neurobiologist, so he was like, wow, he wants to settle down, but she's like, he's too quiet, he's too laid back for her, she needs someone that will match her energy. So at the moment, none of the girls are that into Charlie because they think he's too quiet and laid back, and all of them, they're all about energy. But then the girls are up there worried. The person Cash said maybe she's going to Cash said maybe she might give Charlie a blowy so that to set his head on the right track. Oh, ignore me please, at this my love, just ignore me. And then Olivia's heart was doing bop, especially the next day, because Korey is like acting like a schoolboy. When Korey is seeing new girls, there's where Korey is with new girls. I've said it that Korey has not been tested. That's the only issue we've had with Korey. Korey has not been really tested because it's not been in a relationship where you say, okay, I like this person, and then all of a sudden somebody else comes, then let's see how he reacts. Korey is loving it. Korey is wishing that him and Olivia were not together. I'm telling you, he's wishing that they're not together. And by the way, him and Jeremy likes Bailey, and we all know that him and Jeremy has the same type. So that just shows me that, to be honest, he's not that into Olivia. I don't know what that connection thing that they were talking about. Maybe his friendship that they took. Maybe Olivia is into him, but I don't think he's that into Olivia as much as Olivia is that into him. That's what I would say. He just went with it. That is my thing, but we'll see how this whole goes, because he is so happy. Because number one, if you're that into Olivia, okay, you like Bailey, but now you and Elena talked and you're like, oh my god, I like her calls, I like her this. So you're just liking too many people. If you're that into Olivia, you're not going to be liking them that much, especially personality wise, because you and Olivia are friends. So when you have friendship that leads to romance, it's difficult for someone to even have any personality that would be the attraction. That might be the only thing that you might even see the physical. But for you to be liking someone, nah, when you and someone go from friendship to relationship, it's difficult. That is the kind of relationship that is difficult to break. If people go from friendship to lovers, it's difficult to break. And that's why even when people from love, like they become lovers, but then they become good friends, it's difficult to break. That's why they always say marry your best friend. It's not that you can look for your best friend and marry. It's just that whoever you're going to be with, make sure you and that person can build a friendship that becomes best friend kind of relationship, friendship, so that maybe when both of you are having issues, like you might be mad at someone, but you want to tell them what just happened today. So how are you going to do that? You're going to call them and say, hey, stupid, I just want to tell you what happened today, even if I'm still not talking to you. Now you guys are settling, you see? And that's how it works. And then they play the whole game, like, who are you? They asked Olivia if she has a wish, what will she do? She said she have sex with Korey. And then they ask her if he has to kiss anybody here, who is he gonna kiss? He has kissed all the main girls in the villa, so he's gonna kiss Bailey. I'm like, Korey, this girl just used you. You could not use her back. I'm telling you, Korey is not that into Olivia. This is going to be interesting. I see why they brought the girls in, because they know that they brought the girls will just send the guys away. So maybe they need this whole thing to happen. But I just see Trina going home. That's the one thing that Trina will be going home, because I don't see. Except they're going to they said they're going to do like UK, the way UK do. The 3 girls now will pick guys to couple up with, and then the people that they pick, the other people will be single. And then later on, at the end of this thing, then the guys will choose them. Maybe they might bring more guys in, and then those guys with the guys that will not choose. So whoever they don't choose go home. If they do it that way, then Trina might just be safe if they bring somebody in. But apart from that, if it goes like this, the way it's going to go and the boys are going to choose, then the girl Trina is going home. So they were asking people that have done. They asked Jeremy something like, what has he? I don't know, something about his sexual. I say what he has done that is like sexually, that is like, I don't know, big or something, and then grand. He said he's done butt stuff. So I'm like, what's butt stuff? What is butt stuff, Jeremy? And then they asked Trina, intelligence or dick size, and Trina was like, intelligence. They were like, nah, Trina, stop lying. Intelligence or dick size? Trina is talking about intelligence, but she said intelligence might just make the dick seem big. I'm like, Trina, everybody was laughing at Trina. It was really, really funny. But then the commentator was just everything for me. He said that narrator, whatever they want to call it, he said that the producers, they should do their job and get a game, because this, the islanders are doing the producers' job for them. Anyway, they now had a whole festival, I think, yeah. And then Ellie said that Jeremy reminds her of her stepdad, just buffer, because I think he looks like her stepdad. And then Jeremy, so it's cringy. So Jeremy is cringy to her because he looks like her stepdad. And then immediately she said that Jeremy put her for a child, like, Jeremy, this is not gonna work. And then when he was talking to her, she just kept, that this, that kind of thing where someone is talking to you but they're not interested in you. So Jeremy, Ellie and you're not gonna vibe just because you remind her of her stepdad, So nobody wants to be in bed with their stepdad. Some people do though. Weird word. Anyway. I will say something and then I'm gonna say something. I don't know, sometimes that's when my brain functions. It's just funny to me. Anyway, so Bailey likes Jeremy and Korey likes but she likes Korey more, and Jeremy and Korey. But who was saying that? Was it Will? No, it was Josh. Because now Bailey now pulled Josh for a chat, and I'm like, Bailey. But then she was asking him what does he think between Korey and Jeremy. And then after the chat, he gave her advice obviously for her to go for both. It doesn't matter. And then he did, and then whoever one she ends up liking the most, or whoever one ends up liking her the most. But he did say that every time he didn't even talk as if Olivia was there, to be honest. He just said Olivia is a friend, a good friend, Olivia will understand, blah blah. But he just said that between both of them, like Korey and Jeremy, they're always in a love triangle. And Jeremy has won 1, Korey 0. So let's see how the next one goes. Yes, so let's see how that one goes. And then they now did the whole game. It was a pool game. The first thing was the guys would leave they're in different teams. The guys would lift the girls up, and then they would use something chicken, whatever, and then they would fight one of them would go there. It was Shannon first, and was Elena, and obviously Shannon got the girl down. She was saying hee first, then she gave it and then the girl fell down. And to be honest, all the main villa girls won. Cash won, Trina won. Yeah, so all the main villa girls won. And then I think Trina won was actually it was still another main villa girl too that she did with. So I think it was Olivia that she did with. I'm not 100% sure. And so then they now played. The next game was the swimming competition relay, and then they were draw. So the next one was now volleyball. Charlie cannot play volleyball to save himself. I don't know, me, I'm not a sport, I'm kind of a sport person. I never really play sport like that, but let me tell you, volleyball is just to jump and hit or whatever. I know they're playing in pool, so you cannot just be jumping up and down, but just hit it, man. He did not understand nothing about volleyball. My man was just standing there. I'm like, what are you doing, Charlie? He was just standing there. Shannon is competitive. Shannon could not take it. So at the end of the day, the other team won. And then they started playing with these water balls, hitting each other. And then somehow Olivia hits and Josh on his balls, and Josh hits Olivia on the implant. So yeah, they were both kind of, how would I say, draw, but it was not intentional, both of them. So they both apologized to each other. So that was that for the bonus episode. So obviously we are going to wait to see what today's CBS episode holds for us. So that is it. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I try to do a summary whenever I'm doing and the Paramount one, because I know some people don't watch it. Okay, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you some other time. Bye bye.